Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in to the Daily Fitness live stream show. Where's my sound? There we go. We got sound over here on the side. Yes, sir. How's everybody doing? We got a little later afternoon stream going in today. Today's not going to be a long one. We have a pretty short stream for you today. It's just something quick to kind of get you through the rest of your work day. Tomorrow, we're going to have probably a way longer stream because I need to kind of double up on, last week or the past 2 weeks I was out for a while. So we got to do some long streams to catch up. But for today, we're going to run through the little stream that we got for you today, man. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all so much. Today is, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Wednesday, yes, hump day. Yes, sir, hump day. I'm going to let Mr. Chow talk to you for a minute.
Oh, you're having a bad day? Did you die?
I got shot.
But did you die?
And as long as that did not happen, you are still blessed and gracious to be alive and above ground, and that means you got more days to get up and get it and make something happen. Yes, should be happy to be alive. That's right. Don't be upset. Don't be sad. Don't be worrying. Well, sometimes it gets hard, but at the end of the day, you still got to keep pushing and make something happen out of Nathan. Like I said, we got a nice short and sweet video stream for you today. And we are going to be multi-streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Rumble on any one of my platforms. Hit the link and you can find your little tag icons to click on any one that you want to. If you want to contribute to today's show, there's the Cash App and Venmo. Cash App is Daniel2888. Venmo is Danny-Daniel-00. And we have a good lineup for you today. We're going to go over our 3 topics. It's going to be fitness, the economy, and AI. Yes, fitness. We're going to start off first with the one and only Greg Doucette, who has been making content like crazy. But for today in particular, we're going to check out what's going on with The Rock. Yes, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Pause. And we have to see exactly what's going on. My man done lost like 60 pounds. I don't know if it's good or bad, but we got to check on him. We got to check on him. Now, one thing I will say for sure is that I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen the video yet. But I know for a fact Greg Doucette is about to go in. He's always been on The Rock's case about doing steroids and all that good stuff, but we're going to find out and see exactly what is going on and what the issue is, if he's just preparing for a movie role or if he had a health scare and he had to cut back on what he had to do. Whatever, The Rock is up in his 50s at this point, so whatever the case may be, if the man want to, not be so big, buff, and hockey, which I can tell you when you get a little bit too buff, it is a little uncomfortable. Your body can't hold all that weight, your muscles on your joints and stuff like that. So it does have a hindrance, But he's carried that for like his whole career. So, but you can't be Father Time. Father Time is not one you want to beat. So we're going to see what's going on there. Then we're going to dive into the economy portion of the show. And another gentleman who makes it to the show alive is going to be Orlando Minor. We're going to check out a video of his. He's going to be talking about, the housing rate cut trap. Yes, you heard it. Housing rate cut trap. We're going to see what's going on, how people are getting trapped in their houses. And we're going to see if when the rate cuts, the housing rate cut trap, that's what I should have said. We're going to see exactly how people get trapped in their homes, regarding housing rate cuts. Because, it's like buy when the rates are low and then sell and all this stuff going on. And what's happening in the real estate market. As you know, we're in a tough market right now. Things are hard. Things are tough. Nothing's going good for nobody unless you're already rich and got it and you're living a great life out here and you're killing it. Otherwise, you're struggling trying to make ends meet. And if you're over here doing, having dead weight on you or stuff that's holding you back and hindering, whether it be like a marriage or relationship, child support, alimony, something, it's a hindrance out here. So you got to figure out how to come off of that and get rid of all that nonsense and then be able to project yourself forward. But we're going to see how people get trapped with the housing rate cuts, and we're going to see exactly what's going on here. So we got to check it out and see exactly what's happening on that one. Then, last but not least, we got the AI portion of the show. We're going to look at China. China did a 2025, what is it called? I forget, but we're going to call it a robot conference for the sake of this. They have a 2025 AI robot conference. It's not the right name, but we're going to look at what the conference looked like, and we're going to see if China is on their P's and Q's, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, these fools ain't playing around. Like I saw a little bit of it, and as I was watching, I couldn't think to myself, but that's all I could think. I was like, yo, like they not playing. Everybody over here looking at like Elon and stuff like that. But nah, China's on a whole nother level. You know, this race to AI and you know, because robots, this AI has to be different countries, but it's not going to be too many people doing this in different countries. So we got to see exactly what's going on and see how who's going to dominate the AI field, which I think is going to be a very, very, very few companies that are going to dominate the AI field. So we're going to see how this goes and how this pans out. So it's going to be good to see. It's going to be good to see. But we're not going to waste no time because we got to get into today's show. Yes, we do. We have to get into today's show and get this thing started because I'm really curious personally about myself, about Mr. Dwayne Johnson himself. What is this? Who's calling me on my phone? Not right now. Don't call me right now on my phone. I want to see what's going on with The Rock himself. Personally, I haven't dove into it. I just seen it. And I was like, hey, he finally, you know, he lost some weight. I mean, but it's dramatic because we're used to seeing him big and arky. But you're about to see here in a minute what's going on. And we're going to see how Greg goes about it because this dude has been killing him about talking about he's on steroids. I'm pretty sure he's going to say something along the lines of you're finally off the juice. But we're going to see. We're going to see. With that being said, let's go ahead and put the banner on the screen. And let's get our nice, sexy, fitness redhead Latina to start the show.
Let's get ready for the fitness segment of the show.
All right, there she goes, there she goes, there she goes. I'm gonna get me one of those for sure. When the robots come out, I'm gonna have me one. She can't fight back, she can't complain, none of that stuff. Ain't nobody wanna hear that nonsense that they be talking. We just gonna have one doing what we need her to do. That's right, that's right. The robot is gonna be here to serve and please and make my life at ease and full of peace. That's what it's gonna be. Anyhow, let's go ahead and dive into today's show. So let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen for you. As you see, we got Greg Doucette, goofy self looking up on the screen. But let's not waste no more time. Let's get it cracking. Here we go.
And so The Rock went on a juice cleanse, lost about 50 pounds of muscle. And we're not talking about orange juice. We're talking about steroids. Oh no, Michael Hearn wrote? Oh boy.
As I said, he wasted no time whatsoever getting straight to the point. I told you he wasn't wasting no time on the steroid claim. Anyway, let's continue.
Greg, in today's video, The Rock drops 100 pounds, or close to it. Ever since I called out The Rock for being a fake daddy, probably about 6 years ago, my first viral video of all time, I've been waiting to say this. The Rock has become a pebble. He's eroded, he's withered away. What you don't know, because you didn't watch my previous video, is that The Rock was suffering from cardiovascular disease. The right circumflex artery had a near complete blockage. And what does that mean? It means he's almost had a heart attack.
What they thought was plaque in the circumflex valve.
He's got his body scanned and he discovered, oh, The Rock isn't invincible after all.
That is true. I do remember because I covered that video that he did. And yeah, that was true. The Rock did have a situation going on with his heart or whatnot. And, you know, Greg went in. I covered Greg's video that was about that video. He went in. He went in. He potentially was probably pretty accurate with some of the stuff he was saying. And, you know, that video wasn't too long ago. That video was not too long ago. That video probably had to been like maybe a month ago. So, you know, for him to drop weight that quickly, maybe 2 months ago, I could be pushing it. But he did do that video. And, you know, with the right health condition, well, with the right or wrong health conditions hitting your body, you know, you're gonna make some changes. You're gonna have to make some changes. And as we see, not too long after that health scare, Rock has made some changes. And man, of course, more power to him to make sure that he has longevity. This man's giving us like what? He's in his 50s. He's given us years of looking like a superhero and doing all sorts of movies and wrestling. And he gave us great wrestling memories. He's giving us good movies as well. He's looked great all his life. Let the man simmer down, run some business, make some billions, potentially trillions, and just enjoy life. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be big and knocky all the time because that takes a toll on you. Now he can focus on being, you know, lean and healthy. But here we go.
He'd been using and abusing performance-enhancing drugs for years, and what do you think that does? Well, aside from building a freaking physique such as this, it also causes a host of negative side effects, one of which, it sets you up for a heart attack. Your heart is going to grow bigger, which sounds good, but it's not. left ventricular hypertrophy is not something that you want. It can increase LDL, lower HDL, and does a host of negative things to your body. Hence, The Rock had to make a change, or he wouldn't be able to change ever again because he'd no longer be with us. And so he followed in the footsteps of none other than the legend Batista, who did the...
This is you trying to book a trip on your business travel.
He does have a point there. Batista did do the same thing. Batista was super jacked and looked viciously, like, you know, strong. He was a wrestler. So, you know, but Batista did the same thing. I think Batista's weight loss, man, his was brutal. I think his was a little bit overboard. But I mean, you know, it's no telling what the steroids do to you, which, you know, I guess this is a normal thing to see as far as you getting off the juice or being on the juice and off the juice. And then your body has to get used to handle this, you know, handle this new way of living, new way of existing, and, you know, the testosterone you were giving your body has to adjust. And, you know, I'm pretty sure your body's is able to function. I would assume your body should be able to function a lot better as far as the joints go, because, you know, your joints is like, hey, we're handling a hell of a lot less weight, so we should be able to function and move and be more comfortable with things. So I would say, Rock, in the future, you should be doing like some DDP yoga or some mobility training to get you, you know, really, really right. And your movie roles are going to change up too. So I think this will be a great pivot move for him to do. And his health concerns, his business concerns, and his movie concerns, I think this will be a good move. Oh, wait. There we go.
Think that The Rock was natural, that I'm just talking out of my ass. Explain how he lost all his muscles in a matter of months. I do believe that at this point, I have more muscle than The Rock, and I'm a 5'6" manlet. Remember, I'm on 140 milligrams of HRT a week. And so my personal belief is this. I believe that The Rock has now lowered his doses. I don't think he's 100% natural.
Boy, he won't let The Rock make it for nothing. And at the same time, if you're on HRT, isn't that a steroid? I would assume so. I would assume that HRT is a steroid. That's my humble opinion. If you have to take something that keeps your testosterone levels or whatever, I would assume it's a steroid. But he ain't gonna let Rock make it. He ain't gonna let him make it at all. But then again, he might be right, though. You know, you can say what you want, but he might be right, you know, because Rock looked like that for a long time. And for him to have to like look at himself in the mirror and like see himself get smaller, and he's so used to the look that he had, and now he has to adapt to this new look, it's gonna mess with his confidence and, you know, and his ego psychologically, for sure it is. But yeah, I mean, maybe he did taper off. I don't know, but let's continue.
You go from abusing steroids for perhaps 30 straight years, your body is going to shut down. Your HPT axis is going to be lowered. You're not going to have testosterone produced. Your LH, FSH hormones are going to be in the toilet. And so if he actually just cut out testosterone cold turkey, he would have brain fog. He would feel horrible. He wouldn't be able to use the downstairs effectively. It wouldn't be very good. However, with HRT at normal doses, perhaps 100 milligrams, perhaps 140, like Coach Greg, you can be normal. The Rock still looks amazing. Now, the only reason we're talking about this is because in comparison to how he looked before, he's significantly smaller. But if you showed me a man in his early 50s and he looked like The Rock, I'm saying that is a stud. That is a stallion. What does he do to keep in such amazing shape? The only difference is he's not hopped up on abusive doses of test, and so on. You thought that previous physique was just up at 4:30, hardest worker in the room? Are you insane? The only way you lose that much muscle that quickly like that is if you go from abusing steroids to not. I mean, it's not as if he has some strange polymorphism like Hussein Farhat and was able to keep all his gains while cycling off. I mean, everyone can just take a bunch of steroids and keep all their gains, right? Wrong!
He does look like a wax museum figure. I'm trying to see if I can find the wax museum photo of The Rock, because it does look like a wax museum photo. I mean, they kind of screwed him up on the wax museum. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it? No, this ain't it. No. Not that one. Nah, they screwed him up on a wax museum. Well, that was pretty good. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Yeah, all right. Can I get a full view of it? Probably not. They're gonna screw me over. Is that a... No, I think that's really him. I can't tell. I can't tell. But anyway, that does like a wax, like that. This looks like a wax figure of The Rock. Like it could be in a wax museum. Like this looks like a wax figure. It does. I'm just saying. It actually kind of does. I'm just not trying to roast, but it looks like a wax figure, yo.
One can just take a bunch of steroids and keep all their gains, right? Wrong! When you take abusive levels of steroids and you stop, you don't maintain the same physique. And so The Rock, he likely watched Coach Greg's video and said, yeah, I need to hop off. I can't keep going. I will not survive. I was thinking there's no way The Rock makes it into his 60s if he doesn't stop doing what he's doing. I was thinking it's going to be a very sad day when I have to make a video saying, unfortunately, The Rock is no longer with us. But instead of that, I get to make this video. The Rock is now not abusing performance-enhancing drugs. And so my only wish on top of this would be if The Rock came out and explained exactly what he's doing. Hey guys, you see how I've lost all my muscles? The reason is because I had to stop abusing performance-enhancing drugs. I was playing the superhero actor card. I had to have a greater physique than last time. I wanted to be at my best shape ever. In my 50s, does that even make logical sense? I mean, bro isn't Mike O'Hearn. And so because of that,
That was funny. Bro isn't Michael Hurd. Oh my God, that was like a double low blow. But also, Greg Doucette is not gonna let The Rock make it for nothing. He wants to hear the words come out of his mouth. Just like everybody would hear Michael O'Hearn said, Coach Greg is not going to rest. Craig Doucette, he's not going to rest until he hears The Rock say, I was abusing performance enhancement drugs. I was doing it. He will not rest till he hears those words physically come out of his mouth. I mean, people tried Michael Hearn for years and he never came out and said it. He just like, screw y'all. I'll just let the mystery wander, even though, you know what it is. But Coach Greg Doucette is not going to let him make it. He ain't going to stop until he hears those words come out of his mouth. I'm pretty sure when they get older, like 70, 75, 80, you're going to see Coach Greg come up to him and be like, hey, bruh, be honest. After all these years, did you take steroids? The Rock going to look at Coach Greg at 80, 85 and be like, bruh.
Oh, you're having a bad day?
Bruh. Exactly. He's just gonna look at him crazy. Then he might hit him with he might pull the mic up to his mouth and he might for one last time say, shut up, bitch. And then they might just move on and never have to hear The Rock say that he's been on performance enhancing drugs, and then Greg Doucette will be sad.
Because of the right circumflex artery, it was being shut down. I had to decide to make a change. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be living longer than last time. As The Rock, please don't do what I'm doing. I've thought about it. I have my regrets. Yes, it gave me this life. But this life, I want to keep it. I want to enjoy it for my wife and for my family. Wow. He's bigger than his wife. He's still tall. Not only do I believe that The Rock is now on HRT rather than abusing higher level.
Did he really just say he's still tall? He say he's bigger than his wife? Coach Greg, that you petty bastard. You petty bastard. How dare you? How dare you? Oh my goodness. He is on The Rock's head. Jesus, that fool said, hey, he's still tall and he's bigger than his wife. Like, come on, fam. Doing the man dirty, I'm telling you, boy. Coach Greg got a serious bone to pick with The Rock. You better come. You better have that same energy for Mike O'Hearn too. You better have the same energy for both of them, and not just one of them. I'm just saying.
Of steroids. That's right. I said it. I think he was on growth hormone steroids. I don't think he was just on low doses of HRT. He wasn't on Coach Greg's cycle. I don't even think he was on the dad cycle, aka Aldura. I think he was on the everything I need to take to be a bodybuilder cycle. Now that he's thinned down, he realizes that being lean is where it's at. Probably somewhere between 10 and 12% body fat, which is ideal for aesthetics. I would bet that The Rock is likely taking a GLP-1. Perhaps Ozempic, perhaps he's taking tirzepatide, maybe even retatrutide. I feel tirzepatide because The Rock...
There's more to love.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully well, The Rock is rich as hell, so he knows what he's doing. So I wouldn't put it past him. And he lost the weight quickly. I mean, that stuff came off fast. But I mean, I don't know how fast you lose the weight if you were on any kind of steroids or whatnot. But however, you know, I don't know how good he looks as far as like pause before I even say it, but like underneath, I wonder how, like, I don't know how he looks with, you know, if he still has pecs, if he's still like cut as well as being lean, or does he just have like a regular body now? You know what I mean? Because now his body's gonna go back to like what he actually looks like. But then again, is he still hitting the gym? That's my question. Is he? I would assume. I would assume he's still in the gym, but I don't know if he has that gym look, but like a more lean, natty look now versus the steroid look, or if he just said like, screw it, I'm gonna take a step back for a minute, let my body does what it does, and you know, I mean, he knows how to eat properly, he knows how to have a good diet, but we'll see. We'll see. He's gonna continue with Coach Greg going over the Rock's head because he ain't gonna let this man make it until the last day that he breathes on this earth.
He wants all these things to be prescribed by doctors. Retatrutide, unfortunately, that one is still an experimental drug. It's not for human consumption yet, maybe in the future. And so The Rock is not going to start experimenting with dangerous drugs. GLPs, terzipatide, and so on, they do have negative side effects. It's not for everyone. If you're struggling to lose weight and you're interested, of course, click the link in the description. You can get the pharmaceutical grade prescriptions from AlgoRx, and it's actually very, very cheap. The price, smiling away, excellent smile. He's got
Man, look at that difference, bro. Look at this. This is a huge difference, man. Ooh-wee. Look at that arm. This arm versus this arm. My man slimmed down. If he had on this shirt with this physique, that shirt would probably look like this shirt he got on now. I'm just saying, boy, his physique has changed drastically, but he's in his 50s. Give that man a break, man. It is what it is. I wonder if, I mean, in your 50s, but let's check this out. Let's see. Let's find out real quick. The Rock's net worth according to the internet. You know, got to take it with a grain of salt. We don't know for sure if this is true because it says 800 million according to the internet. 800 million. Let me see if I can find another one just to see if they give me two different numbers. Let's see. AI probably knows what The Rock's net worth is. Tell us what The Rock's net worth is, AI. Here we go. Let's see. The Rock's net worth says it's 800 million, estimated approximately 800 million. So, I mean, hey, you know, roids or no roids, the man, his net worth is estimated to be 800 million. Plus, he's like one of the, I guess like one of the, well, what do you call it now? One of the CEOs or something of WWE or something like that. Or he's like he's like up there with the people up there making decisions in board meetings and stuff like that. I believe, I could be wrong. So, you know, I mean, hey, it's, you know, go and enjoy your life, bruh. Go and enjoy life. Enjoy life to the fullest. Slim down, take care of your joints, take care of your heart, most importantly. And, you know, still work out, still exercise. You know, you might be able to still get in the ring, you know, this lean version of The Rock. You might be able to hop in the ring one more time and do another match. You know what I mean? Pull some Ric Flair type stuff. I think your body would be more, you know, your body would be tougher. You'd be a little bit more active and stuff. But shout out to you.
got the glasses on, the blue shirt. He's got the proper tan, but look at the size of his forearms. He doesn't have the same kind of mass going on. He doesn't fill out the shirt. The biceps are not huge. He seems to be flat. He just seems to be a guy that works out. I mean, if I were looking at this man right now, I would be thinking, I wonder if he's on HRT. I wouldn't be certain that he's on steroids. And that's coming from a man that perhaps 6 months ago, we knew with certainty, what is bro on? He's significantly downside, aka same as Bautista. Looks so fit and healthy though, like this. Way better. Great for The Rock. I mean, people probably think I'm just shitting on The Rock here. I'm actually proud of.
You are. You are doing exactly that. Don't lie. You've been waiting on this day forever. You've been waiting. I mean, you're doing both. I'm gonna give you half and half. You're 50-50. You are doing that, but also at the same time, you're actually happy and giving him his credit where credit is due and seeing what The Rock is like when he's actually not on something. So I give you both.
of him for stopping says 100 pounds. I think it's closer to 50, to be honest, to be fair. I don't want to click the video too much, clickbait. He looks healthier like that. I was going to say he looks healthier than last time. He's still massive. Now, he's tall, but he's not massive. Like, when I see that man, I don't see massive. He's tall. He looks good. I'll show you something that's massive. If I'm 5'6" and 190, and he's 6'5", which is about that much taller than me, and he's only 200. How is that huge? Most of that, the extra 10 pounds is from bones, bone mass and whatnot. Bones and organs. It's not from muscle. And so if you're 6'5", 200 pounds, in comparison to my physique, you're skinny compared to me. And so you guys are saying, no, he's probably just doing more cardio and he lost all his muscle. Does anyone do more cardio than Coach Greg, who's a professional bodybuilder? Name them. Show me the person that does more cardio than me. And why have I not lost all of my gains? I'm going to piss some people off right now. Older. No, it's easy to. If you're on steroids, you really think your muscles are just going to disappear like that? Of course not. His doctors probably told him it will be fatal. A study of wrestlers active between 1985 and 2011 found the average age of death was 40 years old. Or he watched my video. Y'all think of that? Oh, remember that doctor he sat down with where I talked about the video and he kept glazing him? I mean, there was more glaze on friggin' The Rock than on a Tim Horton donut that's being eaten by Will Tennyson. He was glazing him hard. Oh, you've got the live forever gene. You're going to live forever, yeah? You know, I'm a rock. Can't take me down. I was thinking, yeah, you take him down when he turns into a pebble. And that day has come. And so, did that doctor say, hey, Rock,
you were bound by the...
Jesus, this dude is killing him, man. This dude is just destroying The Rock in every shape, form, or facet, doing him dirty. But, you know, at the same time, though, I understand. Greg, you've been waiting on this day for a mighty long time. I got to make sure I got enough stuff taken off this screen because I feel like I got too much stuff on the screen to where I don't want to have too much. I don't want any lag going on my YouTube. I think I got too many tabs open, so I got to like trim some of this stuff down. But at the same time, I still got to run this ad. I'm over here multitasking a little bit too much. I don't want my YouTube side to slow down too much. I need to make sure that y'all still got good streaming over there on YouTube. Here we go. All right, we got a little bit left to go. Then we're gonna finish off the rest. But what do you think? I think I probably could wrap this up because Coach Greg ain't talking about nothing else but just the same thing that we'll be talking about. So we're gonna end that Coach Greg video right there. But you know, shout out to The Rock and shout out to Coach Greg for making that video. But at this point, what do you think? I mean, I think The Rock, you know, has had to, you know, you're getting up there, you hit your 50s, you're at that inflection point in life. Your body ain't going to bounce back and recover like it used to. So you got to make a right decision. You got to make a big boss decision. I mean, you take care of the family. You're the breadwinner. Your net worth is allegedly, according to the internet, your net worth is estimated to be at 800 million. So, you know, health is wealth. Might as well just be in good health and ride out the rest of them days, man. You did what you're supposed to do. You hit 50 at 50. You look fantastic. Even though you lean down and slim down, you can, you know what I mean? You were still The Rock, so therefore you can have any woman you want, whether you're married or not. You know, you chilling, you good. You raised your kids, you've had a divorce. You know, you good. Like go and enjoy life. Slim down, take care of the body, and enjoy life, bro. I mean, you round of applause, bro. You did it. You did it. He did it for sure. He's done movies and commercials and wrestling and award shows and he did some BS with Oprah. Yeah, we ain't forgot about that one, bro. You and Oprah filed for that one, but nonetheless, you know, we'll focus on your achievements and all that good stuff. So shout out to you. Kudos to The Rock, man. It's interesting for our first time to see one of our childhood heroes who has had great microphone skills throughout the years in wrestling. You know, he slimmed down. And honestly, I mean, he's kind of like at the same weight he was when he did what's that movie? I think it's Walking Tall. Or was it Walk Hard? I think it's Walking Tall. But then he had another movie with Stifler, or Sean William Scott. I think it was Walking Tall. To me, he's like back at that physique. I think that's like the look he's at right now. He's at that Walking Tall physique. So shout out to him. I think he looks good at this physique. At 50, I mean, you know, you good. You are good. You did it. 50, enjoy the rest of your life. Invest your money and just stay rich forever. And, you know, if you want to pass your wealth down, you can. If you want to go have 2, 3, 4, 5 more kids, you can. Just be smart. Don't be a fool. And you good, bro. You good, man. I can't help but clap for you enough. Shout out to you, Rock. Watched you for a long time myself, sir. Plenty of times as a kid in school, watching you and doing wrestling and all that stuff. You and all the greats. I am an Attitude Era baby. That's the wrestling I know. I got to witness the golden age. A Monday night where we get to see Stone Cold, Rock, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Triple H, Goldberg, Giant or Big Show, whatever you want to call him, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. Now I'm merging both of them, WCW and WWF or E, whatever you want to call it. Like, I live in the golden era. You had Attitude Era, then we could flick the channel back and forth between WCW and WWF. Then we saw when they had the takeover between WCW and WWF. Like, had a great childhood, and I got to see all the great wrestlers. And just every Monday and Thursday night, we had nothing but banger matches. You know, watching tag team champions, the Dudley Boys and Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian and all that good stuff. I mean, then mixing up tag team partners with The Rock and Stone Cold being partners, The Rock and Hurricane being partners, The Rock and Kurt Angle being partners, The Rock and Triple H. But all these spontaneous matches that was happening. You gave us a great childhood along with all the other greats in the Attitude Era. You know, we've had great wrestlers, man. So can't get those days back, bro. Wrestling will never be what it was, and the reason why it is where it is now is because of the Attitude Era. So shout out to you guys, man. Yes, man, I wish I could give you another round of applause, but I might be overdoing it. Screw it, we're gonna give you one more. Here we go. All right, with that being said, we're gonna switch on over to the next segment of the show. We're going to slide on over into the economy portion of the show. We're going to sit here and talk about how these housing rate cuts. Housing rate cuts. I think I'm saying it right, but they're traps. We're going to have a guy talk about this in his video. We're going to sit here and watch and see how it's going down and see what's going on and see how people are getting trapped in these situations. Hopefully, you know, people are able to find a way to get out of them, but let's get an understanding of how this works. So with that being said, let me go ahead and change this banner real quick, and we're going to slide on over to the economy portion of the show. Sexy lady, come on in.
Welcome to the economy segment of the show. Enjoy.
Oh yes, we enjoy, all right. And like I said, when I get my money and I get me a robot, she gonna start off looking just like that. We're going full debauchery. Full debauchery. What's that movie called I always talk about? Subservient? Oh, yeah. We're going to have us a Megan Fox one, too, for sure. And a Megan Good one. Megan Good from Waist Deep. Oh, yes. And then Megan Fox from Subservient. And then I can create, you know what? Let me stop. Anyway, let's get into the show. So we're going to sit here and look at this video and talk about what's been going on in the economy with the rate cut trap that buyers are losing big. So hopefully nobody's losing out too big, but we all know they are. So let's see what's going on. Here we go. And let's get started.
I don't think I'm going to buy no house, like, ever. The way people keep getting up here, basically telling us they house poor. And I'm not even like, I promise y'all, this is not me throwing shade. I feel bad for y'all. Mortgage going up hundreds of dollars a year. And you got to take care of all your maintenance. And then the people keep talking about D.R. Horton. I don't know if that's a Dr. Seuss character or not, but they are saying don't buy no houses from that man.
Did she just say D.R. Horton? Oh, she don't know if it's a Dr. Seuss.
He didn't say that.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
You gotta be kidding me. Let me just double check.
I don't know if that's a Dr. Seuss maintenance. And then the people keep talking about D.R. Horton. I don't know if that's a Dr. Seuss character or not, but they are saying don't buy no.
Shut up, bitch!
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Houses from that man. So I feel even worse for y'all. They on Threads talking about they be making houses out of graham crackers and dots. I don't think I'm gonna ever buy no house.
Well, we're back into the season where people are thinking about, should I buy a house? and right on time, we're starting to get rumblings, and I'm getting emails and DMs from everybody. Orlando, did you hear the news?
The Fed is gonna drop interest rates.
So you're gonna buy a house still?
Don't do it!
You still want to overpay on a house because they're dropping interest rates. Interesting.
Boy, here we go.
You know, it's so weird because you would think that we've been through this already, that people would have learned their lessons. But listen, I get it. You need a reminder to show you that maybe that even though that they may drop interest rates down 0.75, that you still shouldn't buy a house. That the one thing, you know what? Listen, we're going to get into it. You need to watch the rest of this video so that you don't get caught up in this craziness. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit the like. Also, if you need any type of let's up and up. And people are like, Orlando, when is this going to stop?
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
My real estate agent told me this is going to go on forever. They're going to have low inventory and you're going to have the pick of who you want to sell your expensive, overpaid house to. But today we're in a different era. Today we're in the era where there's a lot of inventory on the market.
Now, there was a guy that I watched. His name is Economic Ninja. He mentioned this months ago. I wish I could find the video where he was telling people, sell your house. If you don't sell your house, you're going to be stuck in it. You're going to be stuck with it. Sell your house. I remember watching the Economic Ninja mention that. And now we're looking at Orlando Minor, and what he said back then is now coming to fruition now. So shout out to the Economic Ninja on mentioning that many months ago, probably a year ago at this point. He probably said that about a year, hell, maybe 2 years ago. But he mentioned about, I remember watching that video. He's like, get out of your house. Get out your house now. Sell your house. And yeah. Here we are.
We're going into a recession. We're already in one. But the media is telling you, get ready for an interest rate drop. Get ready, because once the interest rate drop happens, everybody's going to go into the market.
Sure.
While I can't tell the future, I would say, this is a bad idea. If you believe that interest rates going down is going to make sellers bring their prices down further. Let me say this again. If you believe that interest rates dropping is going to make sellers go, whoo, now I'm going to drop that price.
Catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please.
You're crazy.
Why you crazy?
If we'd seen those numbers in May, in June, I suspect we could have had rate cuts in June and July. So that tells me that there's a very good chance of a 50 basis point rate cut.
Is the Fed about to blink? Even though inflation is still a headache, investors are betting on lower interest rates. New numbers show inflation isn't budging much, but the job market might be cooling off. That's why some folks are saying the Fed will cut rates as soon as next month. Maybe more cuts are coming before 2026. The Fed's got a tough balancing act. They want prices to be stable. They also want to keep people employed. Lower rates could boost jobs, but
they do not. They do not want to keep people employed. That is a huge crock of, yeah, they lying. They straight up. If you believe that this is how I feel, if you believe that this is how I feel towards you.
Catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please.
Literally, like if you believe that, like shame on you.
they might also make inflation worse. So what will the Fed do? A slowing job market, they will.
Did you hear that? Listen.
They also want to keep people employed. Lower rates could boost jobs, but they might also make inflation worse.
How does that work? They want to keep people employed, but they might make inflation worse. So we want you to keep your job and stress out and slave away, but at the same time, we're going to raise prices. Just make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It's ridiculous. In the same breath, too. Same sentence.
So what will the Fed do? A slowing job market plus stubborn inflation equals a big problem for the Fed. Everyone's watching Fed Chair Jerome Powell. The big decision comes at their September meeting.
Did you hear that? Rate cuts. And here's the thing. Based on the estimates of what everybody's saying, all the industry experts, Citi, Chase, all these guys, they're saying it's a 96% chance of a rate cut. I don't care. And you shouldn't care either. Because over here, we care about price.
Navant is a business
Everybody should care about price. He's right. But the prices, I don't know where you live at, but where I live at, prices have been going up for, a smooth, how long have prices been going up in Austin? Prices been going up for like a smooth 10 years or more, 10 or 15 years, price has been going up in Austin. So, now when they cut back a little bit, you think like, no, sir. But it just seems like they're pricing people out. So I don't see things going down too far anytime soon. So let's continue. See what he says.
And I'm hoping that people are watching this video care about price too. See, too many times are you moved one way or another because of interest rate. But what you should really be looking at is the price of the home.
Write it down and keep it for future reference.
If you can't afford the price of the home, why do you care about the interest rate making it more affordable? Why do you care about the interest rate? Why do you care that the Fed is going to drop interest rates? You couldn't afford the $500,000 home to begin with. See, this is a perfect time for Orlando University. Listen, guys, let me ask you, this is a true or false question. This should be fairly simple. True or false? If you are buying a home that is worth $300,000, but you overpay $700K for it at $1,000. Fairly simple. True or false? If you are buying a home that is worth $300,000, but you overpay $700K for it so that means the total loan will be $1 million. Damn! But it has 0% interest rate on it. Remember, you overpaid by $700K, but let me tell you what, there's no interest on it. Is that a good deal? Period. I'll wait. True or false? If you said true, I know where you're getting your education from. You ain't getting from Orlando University. And again, you're gonna have to take another class. I don't know what you're gonna take, but if you think that is a great deal, I also have something to sell you. It's a time traveling rock outside. Listen, no interest. No interest. You can buy it. The price went up, guys. I know it was $100,000 before, but since I know someone's willing to pay $1 million, I won't charge you interest. The answer to that is this is a horrible deal. Now, I know some people say, Orlando, you
That's a good point. That's true. And I wonder, living here in Austin, seeing all the Californians and New Yorkers and people come over, and what we always say is like what they consider a good deal is crap. But at the same time, and this isn't the first time a situation has happened where like Californians and people who live in extremely high economies or high economy states where they had to move to other states. And when they move to other states, they destroy those other states while they're there. And then when California or whatever, New York gets good again, they go back because, they're so used to like with California, the weather is something that they just can't like ignore. You know what I mean? It's like the weather's so great that they have to go back. They got the beach and all that stuff. However, I wonder this time around, will it be different as far as will they be able to maintain it? Because going back to California right now don't seem like a good bet to be doing at all. I don't think they want to go back to California at all. But the question will be is how long will this go on for? You know what I mean? If they came over here and raised up our prices extremely high, and to them it was a good deal with no interest. I mean, plus they pocketed a bunch of cash. And I mean, you never know. They probably invested their money very well, so they're able to ride out and like kind of live out life the way they are. But is it gonna be the new like normal now, or is things gonna come crashing down? That's what I'm kind of curious to see. But let's see where we're going.
You shouldn't have to explain what, but I do, because I'm getting emails and DMs, people believing that overpaying for a home just because they're going to get a 5% interest rate is a great deal. And I'm here to tell you, it's not. But listen, some of you guys don't believe me. Some of you guys think that, Orlando, you're making this up. There's no one out here that's doing that. There's no one who was willing to overpay for a home, knowing that they're overpaying for it and still overpay for it. That's impossible. Who?
Like I just said, when them Californians, New Yorkers, and Chicagoans and people came to Austin and all that stuff, like they were overpaying astronomically. So I've seen this firsthand myself. They were overpaying like crazy, and a lot of a lot of businesses, a lot of corporations were coming in and buying property too here in Austin as well. So I seen this firsthand. I was doing real estate for a little bit, and I was able to see how much some of these properties cost. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Who's doing that?
Your company's workflow.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I was able to see that firsthand on how that works. So I was able to see it. And I remember viewing one property. It was this little bitty, it was not a big home at all. This home was tiny. I mean, not too tiny. If you were ever to look at the previous prices on what it sold for and then see what it was going for, you look around and be like, this is not $1 million home at all. This is not $1 million home. This ain't $1 million neighborhood. This is nothing million about this. And I think the last time that it sold was like probably like 300 or 400K, and it was easily up to like 800, 900K, close to $1 million. So yeah, it's ridiculous, but let's see. Oops. Oh, here we go. Continue.
That I couldn't afford about 3 years ago. And let me give you a little bit more details than that, like the full story. So I put my house on the market in May of 2022. And in order to put my house on the market, we had to get out of the house because I have 3 children. There are 5 of us that are living in a house, and it was just impossible to keep clean and to be able to show the house while we were living there. So we went on a remote camping trip, something cheap, got out of the house, and we were away from any sort of cell signal. While we were gone, we sold the house, yay! But also, the interest rates doubled, essentially. We had like a 2.5% interest rate, and interest rates went to 5.5%, 6 when we got back and rejoined society. So we had a very, 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 very small area of land to look for a house.
Ding, ding, ding. Listen, guys. This should set off alerts for you. You see how the story started, and the story, the pinnacle, the climax of the story so far is interest rates. Didn't lead with overpayment, led with interest rates doubled. They just doubled. Price of the home, who cares? Who cares about price of the home? Those interest rates. What do we say here? Interest rates, you can refinance. Purchase price is forever. So
that's a very good point. Interest rates, you can refinance, but purchase price is forever. So if you get in at a high price, like he was saying, that $300,000 home, oh crap, y'all ain't even seeing the video. Oh, my bad. Sorry, y'all. Y'all didn't see that video. Well, you heard her. But anyway, so interest rates, if they're at 0 and you pay $1 million on a $300,000 home, Then when the interest rates go up, with that overprice that you paid, I see what he's saying. But if the interest rates are high now, like 6-7%, yeah, we're in a big cluster F right now. Yeah, we're screwed.
No matter how much creative financing, no matter how much moving around and how much positive thoughts and all this other stuff that you have, the price will be the same. So you need to purchase correctly in the beginning. When you sign on the dotted line, you sign all of those papers, you better make sure that you're purchasing right.
In order for my children to stay in the same school district, we could only be in 1 square mile radius. If we went outside of those borders, we would be uprooting my 3 children from school. And it was already a really challenging time because COVID, where we were, was wrapping up. Kids were going back to school. And so it was already a lot of moving parts and instability for my children. And so we wanted to keep things as stable as we could.
Yeah.
So we did not want to change school districts. So we only had a 1 square mile area that we could look at. When interest rates doubled, no one put their house on the market.
Still leaning with interest rates.
Wow.
Listen, guys, listen, we know where this is going. You have to see where this is going. But listen.
Okay, so with the interest rates growing up, everybody had their home already overpriced with 0 interest. Then the interest rates go up. The price you already paid was overpriced. So even when the interest rates go up, well, I'm gonna start here first. So even when the interest rates go up, you can't refinance the interest rate, but you already overpriced, so you gotta like ride it out. However, also you could throw this in the equation for the people who did what is it called? ARMS, did an adjustable rate mortgage. They getting hammered. Balloon, you'd have been done a long time ago. So only the people that are in a fixed rate mortgage is good, but at the same time, like he said, if you overpaid, you overpaid. And you can't sell this home overpaid and then you can't refinance anything because you already got it at a low interest rates. And then on top of that, the property taxes are still, man.
I'm telling you right now, overpay for a home by 10s, 20s, hundreds of thousands of dollars because you want to keep your kids in the same school district, it's wild.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this.
Yeah, that is wild. He does have a very good point. That is crazy work. That's crazy work. That is crazy work right there. I must agree with him on that. Jesus. We're going to watch a little bit more of this video, then we're going to switch over to the last segment of the show because I'm pressed for time.
A lot of times people say to me, Orlando, I get what you're saying, but aren't your videos a little exaggerated? There's no one out here paying $100,000 or more over asking on a house.
There are multiple video evidence, social media evidence.
Facts, big facts. I seen this myself. Man, people were paying stupid overprices for houses. I'm telling you, here in Austin, man, them Californians came over here with all they techie and all that stuff. And whatever, if a house was $200,000, they had no problem cashing out $300,000, $350,000, $400,000, $500,000 because from where they came from, they saved on taxes and the homes were just hellified cheaper. Like a $200,000 home here, probably in California, it could have been a $700,000 home. Imagine they sell their $700,000 home, come down here, they see a $200,000 home, but what we know it as, but then you can just jack up the price on them and then hit them with $300,000, $350,000, $400,000, and they don't have, and when you come here, we don't have state taxes. California, they got state taxes. So you cash out on a $400,000 home that you paid over $200,000 for. So you overpriced $400,000. Plus, you still get able to put $300K in the bank, and you don't pay state taxes, and you came over with your job. Like, it's a win-win all around. But now we're seeing this effect kick in, and I just don't. We're gonna see how this pans out. Here we go.
There's no one out here doing eBay auctioning and bidding wars. Orlando, there's no way I believe that. Really? Oh, well, keep watching.
So we looked for rentals. There were none in our area. There was two houses that went on the market while we were looking, and one of them was $500,000 cash only, non-mortgageable, like just ridiculous things. So the house that we ended up purchasing went on the market at the very top of our budget. We put a bid on it, but then we got into a bidding war. It drove up the cost by about $200,000. And we won, but we didn't agree to it quite yet. We gave it a lot of time. We actually negotiated with the buyer of our old home so that we negotiated rent back so that we could stay in our house a little bit longer just to try to see if there's anything else that popped up on the market. It didn't, nothing did. So we ultimately decided, okay, let's take out the mortgage for the amount that we said that we could afford. We was the top of our amount that we would be willing to pay, but that we could afford. Let's take out a traditional mortgage for that and then get creative to make up for the extra $200,000. So, with the intent of working like absolute insanity, working overtime to try to pay down that $200,000 as quick as possible.
Did you guys hear that? Listen. You guys need to learn from this. This is a moment you should be learning from. Did you hear what she said? She said, this is her words, guys. I'm just repeating what she said. I think it's crazy and diabolical to be like, well, these guys wanted me to pay $500,000 for a home. There was one of these homes, it was $500,000, and they wanted cash.
Yes, that is true. That's so true. That was going on for a good minute. I don't know when she was getting the house. I don't know how long ago this was, but that's something I seen. And when I seen that, let me make this clear to you. When I was seeing that was back in like 2013, 2014. That was like 10 years ago when that was going on. So I'm not speaking to you from a recent perspective. Just know that from 2013, 2014, the prices still were going up and this situation was still going on. So if I'm talking about 10 years ago, and I don't know when she's talking about, but if that's been going on then, just imagine what the situation is now and how bad it is. That's a fact. People were coming in, businesses were coming in and buying homes, cash offers. People were coming in. I remember one person that I was trying to sell a house to, they wanted to buy a home, but they kept getting beat out, and they even had like 50 to 80% down, and they were still losing. They were still losing to whoever else was coming in as cash buying these houses because they were up against corporations, and that was 10 years ago. So I mean, he's right. He's right.
Mm-hmm. But me overpaying $200,000 on a home and then doing creative financing while taking out a high interest rate traditional mortgage, that's fine. That's not ridiculous.
Come on now, dog.
So in her mind, getting no funding, no financing for a $500,000 home, that was ridiculous. But paying $200,000 over asking,
$200,000, not even over asking price, $200,000 over their own budget. That's the crazy work right there. $200,000 over your budget. Don't be trying to get more house than you can afford. Don't do that. Don't do that, because it's not just the $200,000 on the home. The property taxes are going to go up. Did you even do an inspection on the home while you were going through the buying process? Did you do a home inspection? Is everything good? You know, what's going to break in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years if you ran an inspection or not? You do have a period for that. So yeah, boy, that's brutal.
Normal. Nothing wrong with that.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
Let's be 100% clear. The creative financing that she's talking about, a second mortgage. She did a promissory note with the seller for the other $200,000, which the seller is happy to give to you because he's getting his money up front. Wait, what? And you're making payments for the rest. He's happy with that. Listen, this is the crazy part. Now she's working 70 hours a week. A week just to pay down the $200,000.
She is a slave to that house, for sure. She's a slave to that home. That's ridiculous. A second mortgage. You already have to pay 2 mortgages if you don't have 20% down. So she got a second. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my. And it's over 2. And the property taxes have gone up. Whew. Poor child.
But here's the catcher, guys. Here's the catcher. It doesn't matter if she pays off the $200,000. It doesn't matter if she pays the $200,000. She's still overpaid.
So the other night, my family was deciding what to watch on Apple TV Plus because it comes.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate truth right there. She's still overpaid regardless, even because the $200,000 is overpaid. Then when you finally get to the first mortgage, you're still paying an overpaid thing. Man, whew-wee. Wow, this is brutal. This is a hell of a learning curve right here. I remember seeing this back in the day. I remember seeing this back in 2013, 2014. I remember seeing these homes. I mean, they were just going up and up, and all the real estate agents and buyers were like, "Oh, you selling homes, you're good to go." I mean, they're building houses left and right. Real estate agents were happy as hell. Like you just can't stop. But at the same time, you also had people having a hard time buying homes because these corporations and businesses were cashing out on these homes, even when you had 50%, 80% down. So now, as you look back on it and see what was going on, hindsight is 2020. You realize that even if you did get the home and you got it at 0% interest, you overpaid, and then you can't refinance. What you can, if you want to, you can refinance, but you can't refinance because the rates are going up. I mean, you can, but you're gonna screw yourself. But then you're paying for an overpay. Boy, this is a setup from the jump. This is brutal. This is brutal.
Because you pay off the $200,000. Does not mean you will get the $200,000 back because the house is overpriced. Do you understand what I'm saying? The $200,000 that she's paying right now, working 70 hours a week, just trying to get this off the books so that she can live a normal life, she's still gonna lose. Damn. That money that she's paying is going in the trash. It's literally, she's burning the money. I know a lot of you guys are like, Orlando, this is crazy. Who would do such a thing? Someone who's focused on interest rates. That whole story that she just told you, it was based on interest rates doubling and everybody telling her, if you don't buy now, guess what's gonna happen to those interest rates? They're gonna continue to go up.
You've been bamboozled.
Or FOMO, you kind of had that fear of missing out, like, oh, I'm going to miss out on this great opportunity, and come to find out it was not a golden opportunity. It was a golden opportunity if you flipped, if you bought and got out, bought and got out, bought and got out. It was a good opportunity then. But, at what point do you, find a good deal, buy and stay?
Boozled.
Her paying $200,000 extra in an eBay bidding war, that wasn't enough. That didn't stop her from making that horrible decision. Now she's on social media explaining, listen, guys, I made a horrible mistake. And trust me, you should learn from her. You should learn from her mistake. Too many times people say, Orlando, why are you showing us these stories? So you can learn. Too many times I hear people say, Orlando, I've never heard of anything like that. Well, you're hearing it now. You're seeing it now. I'm not making these stories up. I'm telling you how it is and how it will be. But then you let one guy whose job is to sell you a home come in and go, everything's great, man. Everything. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's going to get better. You need to buy now because guess what? In the future, you're going to be rich. Well,
exactly. FOMO. FOMO is what they were. Yeah. If you get in now, I can get in now and I can have this house. I can get this home and then I can sell it later on. But she understanding economic cycles. lesson to be learned, understanding economic cycles. And this is a good one. I'm glad I was able to be in it, to be able to look back and see how it was actually going. Instead of hearing somebody say it, I'm glad I was able to visually see paperwork in front of me with numbers and look on the MLS and all that stuff and see it personally. This is a hell of a, this stream is for me. Screw y'all.
Well, sir, why aren't you buying a house? Oh, I can't afford it.
Use your common sense.
But let me guess, that's still not enough for you. Okay, let's continue.
Our house has been on the market now for 15 days. And literally from day one, I just had like a bad attitude about it. I'm just ready to be done with this house, this city, this neighborhood. If you were to ask me my biggest regret in recent years, it would be buying and building this house that we cannot afford. The house we built was a 9-month process. Interest rates went up 2 entire points by the time we were done building. Mortgage, what they projected our mortgage would be, it was $1,500 more than that by the time all was said and done. And it was at Christmas time. We had already put $20,000 down on the house to actually start building. So if we would have walked away, we would have lost $20,000. We would have been homeless at Christmas with, I mean, it's a family of 6. Like, what were we supposed to do? Like, everyone was telling us, the rates are gonna drop, they're gonna drop, don't worry, they'll drop. Like, our house has been on the market for 15 days and no bites, no nothing, no showings, no anything, like silent. And we are priced way under like what we are valued at, like way under. Like, by the time this is all said and done, we'll have made 0 money on this house. That sucks.
You're not priced right. Let's be clear. No one's coming to look at your open house. You say, oh, it's below market value. It's this, it's that. No. She's saying they will make 0 money. So that means she's already losing about $30,000. Minimum, she's losing $30,000.
That's brutal. That's extremely brutal. You know what? We're going to have to wrap up this video right here and move on to the next. But man, that is a hell of a learning curve to be learning, to see how this housing market 10 years ago, this was in effect. And now ish has hit the fan a decade later. So that's a great lesson for me to see and learn and understand how things work. You really got to look decades into the future. You can't be looking like 2-3 years down the line. You got to see at least 10 years down the line, 5 to 10 years down the line to make sound financial decisions, man. Shout out to him for that video, man. Shout out to Orlando Minor. That was a great video. Understanding when you got 0 interest rates, but you're still overpaying, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. Get in, get out, sell a house, flip it quickly, but get your home first. Like, find you a home and get a good deal on it. And then if you're able to use later on, if you're seeing the market doing this crap again, then you can go in and buy and flip these homes quickly. Because, I mean, people were buying new homes and they were flipping the new homes like a year later for like a $50,000, $100,000 profit, like easily, which was ridiculous, but it was a thing that was going on, so man. Oh, wow. That's tough. Well, hopefully you learned the economic lesson today, because that was a good one to pay attention to and learn. So even when the interest rates do climb up, you got in at 0% interest rates, but the price is still overpriced. And even if you do drop your price $50,000 to $100,000, people still not gonna buy that thing. It doesn't matter right now, especially because it's still heavily overpriced. Boy, oh boy. Where's Shonuff? Where's Shonuff at? Where is he? Okay, there he is.
Catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please.
Exactly. That is just, man, talk about a setup, bro. The bamboozle on this is like through the roof. This is ridiculous. This is the most wicked bamboozle I've ever seen, especially when you're able to remember it and see where we are now. Man, oh man, oh man. Whew, let's go ahead and get into the last segment of the show. We're going to get to the AI portion of the show, man. Let me go ahead and change this banner real quick, and then we'll get our sexy lady in here to walk us in and introduce us to the AI portion of the show.
Welcome to the AI segment of the show. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead at some point and erase what's on that screen or get me a new woman and fire her and get me a new one. That sounds like a good deal. Honestly, I might just fire her and get a new one because I got unlimited supply of AI women, so she might just have to go. I mean, she already got the intro for the economy, so I'm gonna have to get me a new AI chick. So I'm gonna get me a new AI chick. I think I'm gonna get me a new one because the subtitles is all screwed up and stuff. I gotta get me a new one. You know, we got a Latina. I don't know what she is. She a nice bronze copper color looking chick. I don't know what nationality she is, but she's sexy. So the third one for AI, we're gonna switch it up and have a new chick here pretty soon. We have to kick her to the curb. Endless supply, no biggie. All right, so now we're gonna go in, and now the next portion of the show is AI. And what we got on AI is we have the China conference, the 2025 China conference. We're gonna look at how hard China is going when it comes to this robot revolution. Now, I saw a little bit of this video, and one thing that I did catch, I paid attention to this part particularly whenever I was watching this video. One thing I did notice was that as you look at this video, you kind of look at how they set this thing up. And if you look at how they set it up like a little, how do you say it? Like a mini city, like a mini, test of what life would be if you were walking around having robots at the doors of businesses, at the bar, at the cash register, and things like that. Look at how it's set up. It's showing how you would be interacting with robots in a small little confined space, but it's like if you could see them in a business sense in a small confined space until they get out into the real world. So pay attention to that when you watch this. You'll be able to see it since I pointed out to you, you'll be able to pay attention and kind of catch that part, which is really interesting. So let's go ahead and dive into this video right here. Where is it at? There we go. So let me change the banner. Oh man, I had the fitness on the whole time. I screwed up. Oh well. So let's go ahead and check out this video right here that we have, and let's take a look at how this thing goes. So here we go. Let's get this started.
On the prize. This year, the event was literally epic because industry leaders openly declared embodied intelligence is ready to break out of laboratories. That's right. If you didn't know it yet, now you do. China is betting on humanoids, smart, precise, and practical. Robots are already performing complex and dangerous work today, and tomorrow they'll work in hospitals, schools, homes, and everywhere. So hit that like button and enjoy the show. Let's get it. The attraction that had the most pull at Wake 2025 was the robot section run by artificial intelligence. And it wasn't just a showcase, but a sneak peek of real life with AI at the helm. What's
up, Mariana? Nothing, just chilling, running this show. How you doing?
Let's take a look-see. There's a diner where robots grill shish kebabs, an art station where an AI hand draws hieroglyphs, a workshop where equipment is repaired, a real Shanghai street that has a robot doing human stuff on every corner. The tasks they perform are not merely decorative. They are
Nothing, just looking at this last segment of the show before I wrap it up. If you look at this right here, though, pay attention to this. So if you look at it, as they're going through, think of different businesses. So you saw a robot pouring popcorn. You saw another robot at a cash register. You see these robots. Look at how they're performing different businesses, which is going to show you how these robots are going to be interacting whenever they get out to the real world. They're doing jobs. They're showing you how these robots are doing jobs. So look at how you're walking through like a small version of society, and the robots are there serving you or basically doing different jobs for you as you walk around. Check this out.
a presentation of cognitive, motor, and interactive abilities. Some of them are playing drums, others carefully peeling eggs. Then there's those that interact with passers-by. What this block demonstrates is that robots in China are not just research platforms hanging all limp on the stands as they were, say, a year ago. They are rapidly becoming smarter machines, ready to be a part of the environment. Now, this neighborhood is a practical illustration of how AI can live with humans and not just next to them. Instead of the gloss and futuristic special effects, it's everyday scenarios with AI in action. Moving on, Fourier's stand was a big hit with visitors this year. The company's new product, GR3, has already been dubbed the cutest humanoid robot. The compact bot with a friendly design is significantly shorter than most of its peers, only 4'4" or 134 centimeters. Expressive eyes and a cartoon.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Design are made to attract attention and sympathy because the GR1 is intended for homes. And Keenan Robotics unveiled its first bipedal humanoid service robot, the X-Man F1.
Okay, so what they're showing is they're showing different companies have they different type of robots. So we just saw Fourier, the cutest humanoid robot. Now we're looking at Keenan Robotics. And then we're going to look at robot girls. That's going to be guys and hostesses. Then we're going to see cyborg robots, and we're going to see different kinds of ones. So just kind of pay attention to different companies and corporations have their own robots that they're going to implement, and they already have different jobs and tasks that they're doing. So for example, if you go to a movie theater, you're probably going to be starting seeing people like this. And this is in China so far, but you're probably going to see robots like this performing jobs, and then, so on and so forth. But let's keep going.
It doesn't just walk and wave its arms. X-Man can perform specific tasks such as serving drinks at the bar, dispensing popcorn, conducting product demonstrations, and even assisting in medical areas. The robot operates on the basis of a language model and multimodal AI. It understands commands, responds to gestures, and moves like a human. In the exhibition area, it worked in tandem with other Keenan robots, demonstrating how entire ecosystems of smart service can be built. The company already occupies almost a quarter of the world market for service robots, and X-Man is their step towards more complex but practical humanoids.
Imagine bringing your side project.
They got me with another ad. I'm in Texas, by the way. So yeah, so far so good. We're seeing this. Next we're gonna go up and we're gonna see hostess that's gonna be taking over hostess jobs and things like that. So China is really ahead in advance when it comes to the technology. So let's go ahead and check out this one right here. Where are you from? All right, so we got this. We got the robot girls. They're going to replace guides and hostesses. So let's check out how this looks real quick and see. So we're seeing each one that they're replacing different jobs and stuff like that. So now if you go to movies, when you go to movies and potentially bars, you got robots for that. And now when you go to restaurants, you now have the robot girls who are going to replace hostesses and guides, and potentially at some point they're going to replace waiters and waitresses. But so far so good.
Then there's Shenzhen Elephant Anti-Technology, which develops and produces realistic humanoid robots for commercial use. They presented their flagship product, the result of
Did you see that? Look at that right there. Hold on,
commercial
look.
use. They presented
right there. Right there. See these little kids? This is going to be their new future. Look how small they are. This is their future. Within the next 5 to 10 years, these things are going to be in restaurants, in all public places, and this is going to be their normal. They're going to see this as completely normal, nothing wrong at all. This is how their existence is going to be, and they're walking into a world where they are going to have basically a hard time getting any kind of employment, because this would be a starter job for her. A hostess, usually hostesses will be a girl, potentially a boy too, whatever. But they're looking at future jobs that they could have had that they're no longer gonna have. So they're gonna have a hard time getting started in life. And they're gonna basically be shaped and mold for the future partakers of universal basic income. They're already shipped and shaped and primed, ready to take the UBI, and don't stand a chance of getting ahead economically or financially whatsoever, which unfortunately is a very, 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 very shitty situation. It's not good.
Flagship product, the result of 5 years' work at Wake 2025. Please welcome Mars Beauty. Its main task is to attract and serve customers at shops, restaurants, and hotels. Humanoid machines with an attractive design that support multimodal interaction with people, including conversations, facial expressions, and gestures, are apparently where this market's going, especially if they can do a little dance. For now, though, they're clearly great at attracting attention. Yay or nay?
So far we got these right here, and this is just the first rollout. Remember, these things update so freaking fast. They update quickly. So if these are gonna, first they're gonna be stationary, doing what they're doing now. Then eventually when they update them, they're gonna have like better skin, and the body's gonna, you know, the skin's gonna look more realistic. It's just slowly but surely like dripping you in. And with AI moving so freaking fast, the conversation, the knowledge is going to have, the knowledge is already there, to be quite honest with you. If you look at ChatGPT, the knowledge is already there. The knowledge is already there. They just got to get the look down. They got to get the look. They got to get all the movements that we have with our tendons and bones and joints and ligaments, but they don't got that down yet. But they're going to get it down. Just give it time. 10, 15, 20 years, they're going to have it down. But right now, I mean, they're replacing jobs. So the ROI on their business, they're about to make so much money that the wealth gap inequality is going to be through the roof. And how was New York, by the way? I'm curious. How was New York?
At attracting attention. Yay or nay? Meanwhile, another Shenzhen resident put its name on the map this week with a world premiere, Cyborg Robotics. The company leaned heavily on industrial robotics and brought to the stage Cyborg R01, China's first heavy humanoid robot. Equipped with 62 degrees of freedom, it's capable of performing physically complex tasks like lifting loads, participating in logistics, and production processes. And this is...
Well, as you can see in the screen behind you, they haven't showed this one doing any physical action, but if we're gonna go off of the video behind you right there, or behind him, there goes your warehouse workers right there.
With 62 degrees of freedom, it's capable of performing physically complex tasks like lifting loads, participating in logistics, and production processes. And this is not a prototype, but a solution designed for real industrial integration, from warehouses to assembly lines. And tech giant Baidu also made an appearance at the show, announcing a new generation of quote-unquote digital humans, AI agents modeled after real people and with the ability to think and make decisions. Baidu claims that it recently recruited one of its virtual characters to host a 6-hour online show alongside another virtual character, a famous Chinese TV host, which resulted in unprecedented sales results. The company says more than 10,000 people are already using this technology, further demonstrating the rapid pace at which AI is being integrated into everyday life in China. Also, Baidu announced that it finally had received approval to operate fully autonomous robot taxis in some parts of Pudong. They're basically dipping their toes into central Shanghai market.
There goes your Ubers, there goes your taxis, there goes your what was it? What was this girl just doing? Where is she? Whatever sales that she has, she's speaking multiple language, Korean, English, Thai, and many more. So whatever sales she has, so there goes your sales, there goes your Ubers and your Lyft drivers. There goes pretty soon your delivery services as well. So your food delivery is gonna be gone. Like, you're just watching job after job after job after job. So you better get all your AI knowledge and start using the AI and AI agents, because they're already ahead on it, getting it in. So whoever knows how to operate these things or knows how to use AI agents, and use or understand AI, machine learning, and things of that nature, that's where everything is heading, and that's where everything is going.
If you've been there, done that, shoot us an email. A bit of stats for you now. Xinhua News Agency says China has accelerated its AI development, being responsible for 1,500 plus models to date out of nearly 3,800 released worldwide.
There it is. Look, he's already like getting the hang of being served by a robot. Like, this would be a human serving you, and this would be your future job for you to get started in life, or unless your parents put you down with a job, then, you know, you would be, already set up for future success. But however, he's, being served up by a robot. So now it's this person's responsibility to set this guy up for success, which it should have already been to begin with. But now it's like he has a very slim chance of doing anything else unless this individual, if this is the parent, sets them up for success. Otherwise, if you don't set your child up for success, they ain't gonna be no success. They gonna be straight slaves for the rest of their life.
Wide. The number of AI companies has now exceeded 35,000, and 5,100 of them are based in China. The top 5 innovation areas for China's AI unicorns are large models, autonomous driving, intelligent robots, business intelligence applications, and recently AI computing chips.
Wouldn't it be
Whew, man. And then what happens when one of those things go unhinged? You know what I mean? What happens whenever one of them, because you see how much the things is made of metal and alloy, I guess, or whatever they're made of. All it takes is one to like pimp slap the living daylights out of you and it's over. All it takes is one of them robots to have a bad day and that robot gonna look at you and say this to you. It's gonna be like,
prepare the meat, so don't.
what you gonna do? Nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. Can't fight back, can't punch it. You gonna have to just look at it and be like, and, you know, face the consequence. That's just what it's going to be. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You know, these robots, yeah. Now is the time to, I mean, hell, 2-3 years ago was the time. But now is the time you got to jump on it. Because once you get behind it, it's over. Not just for you, but if you have any future generation of children, it's a rap ski. It's done. You're not going to be able to get out of this situation that we're headed in financially. This is an extreme financial slavery that's basically plaguing everybody. It's gonna be ridiculous at some point. Like, I mean, I can't even expound on it so much, but yeah. Send me a message on Kick or whatever, my Discord or whatever it is. Send me a message there.
Back to Wake, Tetrabot, a national high-tech enterprise from Nanjing, demonstrated a bodybuilding robot. At least that's what the design hinted at, with a powerful torso and 3D printed abs. The robot for industry...
Not the bodybuilder. Not the bodybuilder. What? No, not the body. The robot is a bodybuilder. Oh my God.
Energy and emergency situations can move autonomously on a tracked or wheeled platform. Its main feature is the ability to independently change tools on its hands, from a grinder to a screwdriver, say, but as of now, it had to be operated remotely.
Bro, is it?
Say, but as of now, it had to be operated remotely.
Bruh, it's being out. Look at look at this. Look at this. It's doing. It's damn near welding. It was welding and it was cutting with a chainsaw, bruh. It's where's my soundbite? I gotta say it again.
Prepare the meat, so don't.
That's it. That's it.
Moving on, Unitree Robotics, or as we call it around the office, UFC Robotics, was also at Wake 2025. The company puts up boxing matches, and G1, one of the most affordable humanoid robots on the market today, usually demonstrates a combination of cognitive and motor intelligence. The robot is capable of not only fighting, but also performing complex tasks such as playing drums and doing calligraphy. It's a bit of a bummer Unitree is yet to exhibit its newest product, the 3rd Gen R1 Intelligent Companion. This 55-pound or 25-kilo bot supports flexible development and customization.
So we have a robot now. They're taking over sports. So we're watching sport robots. So athletes, y'all are about to be done as well. Y'all are about to catch this wreck as well.
Equipped with a multimodal LLM that combines voice and visual. We got our fingers crossed for the World Robotics Conference, which is going to take place soon, again, in China.
Oh, Mariana, you're not going to try to sell me something, are you, sweetie? You didn't come here to try to sell me something. You got your hidden face and everything. Like, I can't even tell who you are. You can see me 100%. I'm completely invisible and transparent. You know what I mean? You can't be hiding yourself on social media, because now I don't got no social proof if you're a real person or a dude making, a female account. But yeah, it sounds like you're trying to sell me something.
So subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. Now, NVIDIA was not at Wake this year, which is not surprising given the US sanctions. But, as we know, nature abhors vacuum, so Huawei presented their system at the exhibition, calling it Cloud Matrix 384. What is it? Well, just recently, Jensen Huang called Huawei one of the most powerful tech companies in the world, while warning that it could replace Nvidia in China altogether if the
No, I don't need to be offered nothing right now. Looking at your thing, it looks like I think I know what your offer is, but I don't know who you are though. Like you don't have any like social proof to prove who you are. You know what I mean? I see accounts like yours all the time, so I can't believe anything you say. You don't have enough proof.
US maintains export restrictions on Beijing, and now Huang's predictions are coming true. The telecom giant has shown off for the first time the hardware inside its computing system, which combines 384 Ascend chips to train and run AI models. Huawei is marketing this gem as the Atlas 900 A3 SuperPod. And as Semi-Analysis noted, while a single Ascend chip may be less powerful than Nvidia's most advanced Blackwell chip, Huawei's new system more than makes up for the difference, as it has 5 times as many chips as Nvidia's GB200 computing system. However, as the report says, this comes at a cost of efficiency, as Huawei systems consume much more power. But the company's already working on this problem, so we'll just have to wait and see.
So it sounds like they need data centers is what that seems like. And I know Sam Altman and them are making data centers right now all over the world. So pretty soon China's going to be into data centers. And yeah, sheesh, boy, this thing is going crazy right now. Just to look at how everything is going. These data centers are going to, I don't know what they're going to do to the world or Earth or whatever you want to call it. But when these data centers get put up, boy, the electricity is going to get hijacked. You better hope you know how to do some kind of self-electricity on your own, because they finna snatch that and charge everybody for electricity.
Dex Force, a Shenzhen-based startup specializing in software and AI simulation for robots. It's known for its simulation-first movement. The DexVerse platform allows robots to be trained through virtual environments before moving on to real-world prototypes. At Wake, the company made headlines with their colorful W1 robots in chef hats that tried brewing coffee with, well, varying degree of success. Now,
well, there goes your baristas. They said coffee. I mean, it didn't have much success, but still, there goes your baristas. So Starbucks going to be automated.
Well, varying degree of success. Now, DroidUp presented its modular humanoid with bionic tendon drive technology. The robot can walk at a speed of 8 feet or 2.5 meters per second and overcome obstacles 6 inches or 15 centimeters high, independently adapting to different types of terrain. It's also reported that it consumes 25% less energy than its competitors, although that pamphlet didn't really specify which ones exactly. But hey, it says it can work for 6 hours straight, so do we believe? Let us know in the comments. And here's a cool one. Galbot's booth simulated a store. Its humanoid robot navigated the floor on its own, grabbing packages and bottles from shelves without a pre-planned route or manual programming. The key to this is simulation learning. The robot first trains in a virtual environment, then adapts to reality using sim-to-real technology, which dramatically reduces cost and speeds up production. Galbots are already working in Beijing pharmacies, collecting orders on their own and handing them over to
They're working in pharmacies already in Beijing, bruh. Wow. These things are already working in Beijing in pharmacies.
couriers. By the end of the year, there should be 100 spots like these. And together with Bosch, the company is preparing a model for factories with the main intent on achieving handling accuracy of up to 99.9%. Kepler Robotics, meanwhile, exhibited its flagship humanoid K2 Bumblebee. This 5'9" or 175 centimeter tall robot has 52 degrees of freedom and more than 80 sensors. With up to 100 TOPS of computing power, it can autonomously perform complex tasks like sort items, check quality, interact with people, and operate continuously for up to 8 hours on a charge of just 1. Right now, it's being tested at Volkswagen and BMW factories in China, as well as SV Logistics warehouses. K2 is equipped with high-precision drives. Each arm can withstand a load of up to 33 pounds or 15 kilos. Hands have 11 degrees of freedom, 25 sensory points on each finger, and 6 axis force sensors on the wrist. Basically, this means delicate operations within a fraction of an inch or millimeter accuracy. Now, there were some funny things at the exhibition as well. For example, robots from the Matrix company, Rear View. What do you guys think of this?
So we got robots with BBLs. So ladies, with your BBLs, you know what? They're coming after y'all too. So they already getting the BBLs and the robots. So yeah, there's that.
Rear View. What do you guys think of this? P&D Robotics has also distinguished itself this year. A video of its robot Adam dancing has already gone viral. Adam is just under 5'7" or 170 centimeters tall, weighs about 130 pounds or 60 kilos, and has 43 degrees of freedom. Modular drives of P&D's own design provide up to 340 Newton meters of torque in the joints. The robot is controlled via its own P&D network, which guarantees a fast and stable response to commands and sensory signals. You see, Adam is a result of a full cycle. The company independently researched and developed motors, gearboxes, robotic joints, and control algorithms, and then put it all together. Ta-da! And tech giant Tencent.
All right, so we get the point basically. So we'll see where they're going with this. We'll see where they're headed. We'll see exactly what all that they are doing. They're taking all these different jobs away from everyone. So hopefully you've been preparing accordingly, and hopefully you are working with your head down nonstop, because yes, if you are not able to self-sustain yourself, they will not be able to self-sustain the job for you. And if you think your job is safe, somebody better than you will do your job, and they will turn your job into an AI job, and they will outsource you. So then the only senior people at companies will have jobs until they get replaced until further notice. So yeah, there's that. With that being said, y'all, I got to roll up out of here. Thank y'all for tuning into this show. I greatly appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with another show. We'll probably start off way earlier, and we're going for way longer tomorrow. I'm probably going to shoot for like a 4 or 5 hour show tomorrow. So we will be on this thing for a good while. So while you're at work, probably early in the morning, it's 3:30 here. So wherever you're at, I'll probably try to start a show as early as like 8 or 9 a.m. So what is this, 6 hours earlier, and we will go on for a good, nice, long while and have a good show that we'll enjoy all through the morning and all through the early afternoon. With that being said, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all tomorrow on the next show. Take care and enjoy this Latino on the way out the door. Peace.
Follow D. Elliott Fitness for the kind of workouts you'll never forget.
Then buy the dream. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. My fame won't stop, but the only thing I'm chasing. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. Don't wait no nigga in the booth, playing beats. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. My fame won't stop, but the only thing I'm chasing. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. Don't wait no nigga in the booth, playing beats. Counting cash and smoke green, can be blow a cloud like a smoke machine. She got notes to sing. Bumblebee ass, yeah, I know it's thing. I plug your bitch like a 6-string. Jordan with the bitches got 6 rings. Smoke till my bitch a split screen. The rest with paying bills and sipping lane. Riding dirty, but I'm extra clean. Lyrics nice, but I'm extra mean. All-star heavyweight like Wolverine. The bitch line slick, she over me. I flip money like Clover G. Gang hustle like CIP. It's hard baby like D.I.G. Acronym like KRIT. The game on lock, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. My fame won't stop, but the only thing I'm chasing. The game on lock, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. Don't wait no nigga in the booth, playing beats. The game on lock, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. My fame won't stop, but the only thing I'm chasing. The game on lock, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. up accordingly. Holding hoes, no sorcery. Rapping like y'all forcing me. If I ever write it, then it's forgery. Nigga selling to the rock like a forest beat. Lyrical monster on the Lord of Beats. Text nigga, my bitch Georgia Peach. Pimp tight nigga, I do more than cheat. Cold like D-Wade, I ignore the heat. Bitch, I'm away, hit the short police. Money jumping like the nigga on my sneaks. Come to Bad James, get me on the beat. Bitch, I'm always winning like what's the fee? The game all locked, I got the keys like Jay-Z.